Today I'm going to be doing some cleaning and maintenance on the Shark Power Detect ThermaCharged robot vacuum. Now this is just kind of your common maintenance that you can do on a regular basis. You want to do probably every month or every couple months. And we're going to start here by taking the robot from the docking station here, and then you press and hold on the home button for a few seconds and it will power it off. It does a little chime here, it powers off. To turn it back on, you're just gonna press and hold again. So here it's kind of dusty on top. So I've got a towel here that I'm resting it on, and then I'm just gonna take another towel here to wipe it off, just to get rid of the dust and hair and stuff that collects on top of the vacuum here. Now it does, of course, self-empty, but you still have to clean stuff off and just maintain it to make sure it's always gonna be working properly here. So flip it upside down here. You can take off the mop pad. You just pull on this little tab here and then it releases. Now the mop pad you can remove. It does a really good job cleaning it, but I do like to remove it here. So you'll see at one end there's an opening and you can just pull out the mop pad here, and so you can wash that. When you put it back in, it's got a red fabric end here, and that's just the end that you will know to line up and slide it in. So you can take this stuff, if it's really super dirty or anything, you can wash it. I got some kind of hair and stuff stuck on the ends here. Oh no, that's just fabric, so that's good. So this is still in working order, and of course if you want to change the pad, you can do that. So here for the brush roller, two tabs here, you push those in and the cover comes off here, and now we can pull out our brush roller, and it just gets hair and stuff that gets on these little rollers, and that's just kind of normal. So nothing to worry about there. You're just gonna pull that off. So I think this is about, I don't know, a month or so. And I run this thing often, so I run it daily. So I really do like to get a lot of use out of this. And so I'll just take time here and pick off the brushes here, so it's got hair and stuff that's on there. So I'll do that at my convenience. Now here underneath, you can see there's some dust and stuff in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tip it over here to let some of that fall out. And then of course, this is the dirty bin right here. So it does have a button here that you will press and it removes. Oh, it's hard to do upside down for me. Oh yeah, so there's the button there. You press that, pull it out, and now that's your dust bin. So you can shake that out over the trash can. You've got the filter here that we can go ahead and pull out here. So we're gonna dust that off. See all that stuff that's clogged, or not clogged, but yeah, it's really caught in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that off really good and then put that back together. Then around the side here, you're gonna have your sensors on the side, on the front. So you wanna just take your time and just go around it, wipe it off. I prefer to do it with a very clean, non-abrasive towel here. So just go around, wipe the machine down, and get rid of any hair and dirt and dust, because it will affect the sensors and ultimately the performance of the vacuum if the sensors can't see what's going on. So here you can reach in here, grab any hair that's stuck there. So stuff will get stuck in the machine, and then I kind of shake it a little bit there, get stuff off. Now if you do have another vacuum, that would be handy as well. You could vacuum that off. Kind of check the tires here, make sure that nothing is in the tires there. And then your front brush roller, your side brush roller here, this does pop off, and then sometimes depending on what it's cleaned, there could be hair and stuff that clogs on there. Now you do have other sensors on the bottom of it, so you got sensors here, 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 and here. So you do want to make sure to make sure those are clean. So these up front here, I can see are pretty dusty there. So if you've got a microfiber towel, I'm gonna get that microfiber towel in there. I just don't have one today, but that's typically what I use. So go around all the different sensors here, different lights there. So that is looking good there on our actual vacuum there. Now we're gonna go into the actual home and the base station here. So again, I'm not gonna bore you with all the details, but I'll wipe this stuff down. Just make sure it's nice and clean, and you can take as much time or as little time as you want. Get the big stuff out of the way. Some of the smaller stuff's really not that big of a deal, but just not gonna bore you with all the details. And then, of course, just reverse the process and put everything back together. Now here for the base station, it does have the dirty tank in here. So of course I'll empty that out, I'll rinse it out. You'll get lots of sand and fine dirt that I found that kind of sinks to the bottom. So just take this out, rinse it out really good, and then you can put it back together. I just like to peek down in there and just make sure everything looks clean and clear. And then the clean water reservoir, really nothing to do here. But when I do get empty enough, I will go ahead and dump it out completely, rinse it out before I fill it back up. I try to do that every time I fill it up. Now here's kind of the big thing. Now of course you know you've got your dirty dust bin here. So you're just gonna empty this out. And then I will just kind of peek at it a little bit more in depth every now and then and just make sure that there's nothing large getting, you know, or anything that's collected in there. Now at the bottom there, let me show you after I've dumped it out. There's like kind of a mesh netting, and what I like to do is just go in there and kind of scrape it off, and then you can get big clumps of stuff. So wear some gloves if you want to. I'm not really worried about it. It's just dust and stuff and hair from around the house, but you can just grab that stuff out of there, and I like to spend a few extra minutes when I'm doing this longer maintenance to really clean that out really well. We've got the filter here, so I am going to remove the filter and we are going to rinse this off. So you can tap it out over the trash can to get most of the dust off. All right, and then on the side, we do have another filter here. So it's got a little tab with an arrow. You're gonna pull down on that and that releases the latch. And then here you can clean this, blow this off, dust this off as needed, and just make sure it's not overly dirty or clogged or anything. So that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna do anything with that today, but you do wanna check that every month or so. Then you just push it back in and it clicks and snaps into place, and then you can put the cover back on. Now for rinsing out the filter, I'm just using tap water here, nothing fancy here, not hot or, you know, just cool, clean water here. And I'm just going to rinse it out. And you'll see here, you can see the kind of dust and dirt and stuff kind of flowing out of it. I give it a light squeeze and just kind of brush it as I go and just get that dirt and dust out that I can. And then this does pull right off of this cylinder here, so you can rinse it off a little bit better here. And then as I'm rinsing it out, when I squeeze it out, I'm just looking at the water. Pretty much when the water is running clear is when I'm pretty much satisfied with how this is cleaning up. So I'll just rinse it, wring it out, you know, 5 or 6 times, and that's probably pretty good. And then I'm gonna wring it out again here just to try to make sure that I get everything out of there as far as the standing water. But that's it. Now for this, I will let it sit out. I'm gonna leave it for 24 to 48 hours. I think the instruction manual recommends 48 hours. Since it is so thick, you wanna make sure this is completely dry before putting it back together. Then there is another little filter down in here as well. It's just a little circle filter. I'll pull it out, and then I don't really rinse this one out typically. I just kind of dust it off and blow it off, honestly, and that's good enough for that one, in my opinion. But then when you're all done, you're just gonna reverse the process, right? You're gonna put this back in, you'll put your filter back onto the cylinder here and put that back in place, and then just put everything back together and then put it back in. And then inside the docking station here, I just kind of look around and make sure there's no like big obstructions, clumps of hair, dirt, dust and stuff. And then under here, there is this filter mesh screen right here. So it's this little plastic piece right here. Now it kind of has a little bit of instructions here, little pictures here to show you kind of how to remove it and then how to rinse it. So over here, there's just this little tab that you can grab with your finger here. So I can show you. See that little plastic tab sticking out right there? So you just grab that with your finger there, pull up on it. You kind of pull it out a little bit and then up on it, and then you can pull this piece out here. So that's that plastic tab I was talking about right there. And then you can take this to the sink, rinse it out, clean that off, and then it just goes right back in there. This piece here just kind of moves up and down, and so when you slide it back in there, it'll move out of the way. If not, just make sure to push it up like this when you're putting it in, and then it'll be out of the way so that you can get your piece back in, then push it down, and it just pretty much snaps right back into place. And there you go. Clean everything up. Takes about 30 minutes or so, and then just put everything back together when you're satisfied with how clean it is. And then again, just wait 48 hours before you put that filter back in. Make sure it's completely dry. You don't want any moisture getting into the electrical components of the machine. It could impact its performance and even damage it. So just make sure that's completely dry. But it's completely safe to rinse it off, but just make sure you're making it dry. Now I do have a complete tutorial on how to use this vacuum if you want to check that video out next, along with some other videos on this vacuum, testing it out and things like that. You can feel free to watch those. Again, my name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.